my amazing community. I hope that you are doing well and your Wednesday. I can't believe we are on Wednesday already. Time flies when you are having fun. We're having some rain here in New York today. So it's actually one of those days where you want to work and be a busy entrepreneur and really move your projects and your business forward in the growth and in the impact that you are looking to make. So, thank you so much for those of you that are joining me here live today. Definitely let me know in the comments how is your Wednesday going and where are you connecting from? And how's the weather there? Don't make me jealous if you are in a warm weather situation and you might be by the beach, because as I said, we don't have this luxury here in New York as it is raining. But definitely let me know where you're from. And, at the end of the day, I always say we want to build a lifestyle business, right? We want to build a mission driven business that allows us the lifestyle to actually go and be by a beach if we want to be, while we still have the systems in place and the foundation of our business, so that we have the luxury in doing that. Because I bet you one of the main reasons, and me personally as well, besides all my other visions that align with scaling my business, has been to travel the world and really be free, to do what I love, work I love, and also most important, work that contributes to a bigger purpose and contributes to humanity in the way that I've chosen to make it my mission to help more entrepreneurs really utilize the channel of entrepreneurship to serve the world with their gifts and mission, and also make that impact through their income, right? Because I always say, um, good income, or income in your business in good hands, for kind-hearted people, and heart-centered entrepreneurs, just like yourself. And I like to identify myself with that as well. Is always a good option to have. It's also a good resource because, of course, you can do more good in the world, right? You can hire a bigger team, you can hire more support, you can do philanthropy, you can contribute towards causes, right? But one step at a time. I think that is why we are building our mission driven businesses, so that we can allow ourselves the luxury to actually work, meet our own individual goals in our life, and find fulfillment at the end of the day. And I've shared it many times here as well that, I figured out that the happiness, the path to happiness, is really always around contribution and serving humanity and serving other people and helping out. And that is really the fulfillment of the soul. So, figuring out that secret, I made it my mission that everything I do, even with the growing of this community, amazing, badass, mission-driven entrepreneurs, it's always around service, building genuine relationships, being good humans, because that always will lead to amazing things. I always say visibility equals impact, and impact equals income. And when you have income, you can make a bigger contribution in the world. So, well, that's kind of how things connect. And it's really in line with my topic today. I have been speaking to a lot of you, and I know something that constantly comes up. And usually, my content is inspired by my conversations, whether they're, through my day to day routine as an entrepreneur, with connecting with more of you guys, or even, serving my clients. It just comes through the questions, the great conversations that we have, in all these different spaces that we have created. So, this has come up many times, of sort of feeling like giving up. The day to day entrepreneurship, I would say, structure or routine is something that require lots of grit, lots of resistance, and lots of strategic focus. And I want to break the barrier of the word strategy a lot of times, because I think it has, maybe the way it was used. When I think of strategy, I think of corporate, right? Corporations and like a agenda. But I've learned that being an entrepreneur, and at the level that I am, building my business, I've learned that being very focused and strategic in a good way, where you are very clear over what you do and why you do it, and you are taking focused strategic action in your business in order to get better results, it's where strategy helps you, right? And also because business is such a process oriented system, and a lot of the times you are transforming into the better version of yourself, right? And you are always growing and evolving as a human as you are building your business, which is why I don't see business and life separate. It's one thing, right? We build a business around our life mission and goal, and on being on purpose, right? So because business is such a process of evolvement and growth, and every new level you get to, you are going to have to overcome some new personal development that you have to do personally, because I say that you are the visionary leader, right? You are the leader of the business. That you start off as usually as a solopreneur. Of course, we all start that way, and then as you grow and evolve, and as you have serve more clients and make a bigger impact in the world and grow your brand, of course you're bringing on team and people to really help you out with that, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of doing it all on your own? And in order to have all the freedom we need, right, we need to have team and systems in place. There is a space for automation in today's world, but I believe that business is a human to human transaction. And once we take the human out of business, then we'll just kind of have robots, and we will never feel the impact that we can make through the human touch and connection, even through serving our clients in our programs and in our offers, or whether we're doing that or whether we are just connecting as genuine, person to person globally, even though it's virtually. And that's the other amazing thing, putting the human behind business, because I always say that we connect personally and then we grow professionally. So business being such a process, just like anything, right? Because everything is a journey. That's the reason why, just based through my learnings and my life experience, I've grown to be very spiritual in my business as well, because I realized that being very intuitive in business is a great skill to gain and to have, not just with how you serve your clients, but also the way that you're going to build your team later on. It's such a process of evolvement that you are growing with it. So just like any process, a lot of times when you're an entrepreneur, you're working, everything seems like a priority. Everything comes to you, you're setting fires all day. And a lot of times we're battling distractions, we're battling FOMO, we're battling procrastination, because we are always, needing to do something new in our business, so that we could take the business forward and move our goals forward with our business. So building that business is such a process oriented journey. It is all individualized, right? It's really you against you at the end of the day, in a good way, right? And for me, learning that, and that was one of the main reasons why, after building my company, my corporate company's Fortune 500 vision and mission for 15 years, I said, well, I'm going to try to build my own. Right? That's kind of how I ventured out into entrepreneurship as far as my own personal story. But building that is going to be such a process, such an individual process, that it's really you against you, because you are really on your own individual journey. And especially as we build mission aligned businesses that really are guided by our inner intuition and our inner knowing, our inner gifts and all of that, we learn to immerse ourselves into mentorship, and we learn how to immerse ourselves into our own intuition. And this is where building a business that is really led by the heart and by your intuition is also requires the strategy and the systems part also, right? I say that it's great to know our goals, it's great to want to manifest new clients, new business into our business, but we also need systems and strategy in place, which is why I say A lot of times we don't know what we don't know, especially if a lot of us have come from corporate. We know we have a lot of skills, we have a lot of background, we have a lot of experience, but coming onto the online space, it requires some new skills, it requires some new adaptation, and it requires a lot of new knowledge, right? That you would need so that you are building something foundational and you are actually creating consistency and the foundation in your business. You are just, now waking up and not knowing where your next client is coming from, right? So I feel like because business is such a do it now because the reward will be greater down the line, a lot of times you are working without any tangible results. And the only thing you really have is your growth, right? You can just see and feel intuitively that you are growing. You're doing a new thing today. You're facing a new fear today. You are, putting yourself out there today in a new way. And that just, I mean, the process is designed that way, I think, to keep us, into our path with our mission, designed that way so that we feel the instant gratification from the progress we're making personally in our business, and really seeing day to day, comparing ourselves to yesterday, you, yourself, and I, comparing yourself to yesterday of, okay, so today I tackled a new problem, and you just feel like you're getting better, right? You feel like you're growing personally. So I think even though sometimes you don't have the results on the outside, right, as far as tangible results, new business, new clients, and really new sales, because let's face it, at the end of the day, in order to make an impact, we need sales, right? We need clients. That's the lifeline of our business. That's the lifeblood. Without, new income coming in, we can't really even survive, right? I mean, how long are we going to carry on with doing what we're doing? So, one of the false things that always comes up is that as entrepreneurs, we always feel like everything is a priority, right? We always feel like we need to be everywhere and doing everything, especially if you are solopreneurling. Solopreneurling, I don't know if there's a new term, but we should make it. If you are a solopreneur, you just feel like everything is on you. And in order for things to move forward, you have to be the piece of the puzzle that is constantly moving things forward. So whether it is, marketing yourself, putting yourself out there, increasing your visibility, building your brand, it just feels like a lot, right? And it could really seem like a lot of days you're just not making any headway. So, which is why I say that entrepreneurship is hard emotionally, unless you really learn how to build that grit. And anything new, especially if you're new in business, is going to take time to build, right? Just like a home, it takes time to build a foundation, and it takes time to really grow something. All these businesses that you see on the outside that have, are big brands and we now know and love or buy from, have started from entrepreneurship, have started from one person with a dream, right? And of course, they've grown through the years. So it takes time to, grow yourself, grow your audiences, get clarity on what you stand for, what your brand message is, and also what your offers are there to do, what kind of problems they solve, so that you could start getting the traction. And most important, making connections, growing your networks online on all these social media platforms, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Is really the same idea, right? At the root cause, you're growing your audiences and you are learning how to, nurture, connect, and eventually close new clients through those audiences, right? So, really understanding how to do that as being a process, takes time. It takes time. So a lot of times you feel like, you just want to go through a roller coaster. You day to day you feel okay, and then you're just not getting the traction. So it's very easy to just kind of go through the loop of so many different emotions. I never would have thought that being an entrepreneur, you're going to feel all the circle of emotions, like the whole wheel of emotions. And just expect that, right? So I think what has become so evident to me, being an entrepreneur for a while now, it's surrounding myself with the right mentors is crucial, and the right communities. We don't know. If we never build a business in the capacity that we are doing it, what makes us believe that we are going to know what to do or how to do it, right? So really looking at things and investing in your business with the right knowledge and mentorship, it's how I've actually, always fell in love with a coaching space, because I always agreed and saw the value of surrounding myself with people that are further along the journey, and that I aligned with either through their personal stories, or we have personal connections, so we have similarities. So aligning yourself with the right mentors and community is going to be crucial in this journey. Because like I said, there is so much change happening, so much uncertainty daily, that you don't really know, what is coming up next. And you also, as you're putting yourself out there more, of course, you have to grow in resilience with emotional intelligence, as far as not really taking rejection personally, not really being so invested in results that you are getting or not getting, so that it's really, hurting your emotional well-being, or whatever you might want to call it. So, showing up on the hard days, showing up for the mission, which is why I work so hard on my own, on the days where I feel like not doing what I need to do to move the business forward, is really having the service mindset that I am making an impact and I need to show up for my mission, because I'm here to serve at a higher level. So really coming out of your own, uncertainty, insecurity, procrastination, all those good stuff, all those things that you will feel as an entrepreneur, because we're still human at the end of the day, but really showing up for the mission and vision that you have crafted for your life. And I bet you has a lot to do with contribution and, being significant in someone else's life, and being able to impact and help someone else, be the guide for someone else in their journey, so they can actually, get the results that you are providing through your programs, offers, courses, whatever business model you've chosen to grow your business as. So, looking at it that way, I think is, at least for me, I'm just sharing my perspective on what always helps me to kind of, put myself out there always. And I don't like the traditional definition of the word hustle, because hustle just seems like hard, like I have to do this. For me, it's like I'm excited that I get to do this. So you just show up even though you don't want to, and do what you need to do, so that you are actually, making that impact, and increasing your visibility in all those areas, and of course implementing strategy behind what we do. So really looking at what you're doing as a mission, and really staying focused on your bigger why and your bigger mission, or why you're doing what you're doing, and the impact that you are making in the world, is going to be, at least for me, it's a lifesaver in the days where, like I said, feel like giving up. I always share that in my first 2 years of entrepreneurship, I felt like giving up daily, and now it's less often. Obviously, being in the journey for a few years, but of course, there's days where you just feel like this is just too hard, right? So unless you have something bigger that you are going after, it's just too hard. It is too hard, right? It is too hard to constantly adapt and really, learn new things, and you just immerse yourself. So looking at it as a process and as a journey has personally helped me in my own mindset, in just constantly being out there and showing up and doing what I need to do to make a mark, make a contribution, make an impact, and really at the end of the day, help my ideal clients, and also serve the world with my content. And your content is your legacy, I also say, right? So make sure your content is also, your message is clear, because we're all here to share that message of what we feel should be different. If we don't agree with something, that's really what is very attractive and what makes us stand for something, where we're not just wishy-washy with our message, but we are out there really, seeing solutions, and also not just seeing problems, but also offering solutions, and offering a different way to make the impact and to do business. So Thank you so much to those of you that have joined me. Let me know in the comments if any of this sticks with you, or if whatever I said is something that you are going through. I would definitely love to hear more on the about the impact that the video had. Right, with every content that we create, with everything that we do, we want to hear the impact and see how that's actually helping someone that is listening to whatever we are creating. So definitely let me know in the comments what that is for you. Thanks so much for coming and showing up for you and your business, and I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll invite you back here for another video next week. Bye everyone, take care.